All right, what a crazy week of football. Welcome back to another week of the Tebow League podcast. I'm your host, Travis, and I'm here with my co-host Ben. Ben, tell me one thing you took away from this crazy week.
I'll tell you one thing I took away from this week is that tomorrow is never promised. We've seen it every year. We've seen it beginning of the year. We're seeing it now. Injuries are taking our players.
Yeah, I mean, this year, it does feel like it's a little bit more than previous years, I will say, because I mean, it's tough out in RB land. It's tough out in on the waivers specifically. But guys, we're here with our special guest, Kiki. Kiki, how's life in Cowboy land, buddy?
For the ones who've been alive for the last 30 years, it's ground zero. And I say that because in the last 30 years, obviously the team in the 90s, you could some say early 2000s, those were 3 years, they made a strong, nice little run. But man, we rode high, and for the last 30 years, it's just like we are just mining ourselves into a toxic hole. And it just seems like no matter what Jerry does, it just doesn't work out.
Hey, but you got two first round picks for the next 2 years from the Packers.
We got some picks. He got the bag back. He didn't give it away. So I'm curious on what's going to come from that, whether it's going to be this season or whether we chalk it and go into next season. It's still early in the league.
Sneaking a wild card.
Some say we're still there.
Philly don't look that great either. Neither does Washington. Giants are kind of mid. But I wanna ask you something, Kiki. Does Micah Parsons get held on every play? Like, was that a thing when he was a Cowboys player? Because I mean, I think you could throw a flag on every single play. Like, he draws no holding calls, and it's on tape every week.
You know, Micah Parsons is just like any other league edge rusher. They're gonna
No.
get double teamed. They're
Well,
gonna
yeah,
get
okay. Elite. There we go.
yeah. They're gonna give them the appropriate amount of time, and it's just like, can a ref really sit there, right? Can a ref really sit there and go
Can't
play
throw a
by play?
flag on every play, right?
At what point do we put a defensive end over a quarterback safety? Not to say that his safety is not important, but there's just multiple parts in the game that obviously we only have refs looking at so many parts, and that's just where we're at.
Yeah, league probably doesn't want more holding calls either, so I can understand that.
Kiki,
But
Kiki, I feel like right now the Cowboys are a team that seems to have a lot of talent, a lot of good guys, a couple injuries, and they just can't get the wins going. Is that something that you can relate to as a fantasy manager this year, starting out 2-4 with a squad that had some big names but also saw some injuries?
It's part of it, it's part of the game. And truthfully, I think Jerry Jones said it the best. Pay somebody an X amount of money doesn't mean we're going to have him,
Yeah,
And
you know that all too well, don't you?
it's just, we try not to, as Cowboy fans, we try not to show where our loyalty stands for the last 30 years. But, for 30 years of watching this man make some crazy trades and deals and draft the certain players that he drafts, it's like you somewhat take some of that with you into your fantasy league. And with this year, I went after some names that some people probably weren't eyeing, but definitely went after some big names that should have completed a team. And obviously, when you don't have nobody to back that up, you end up with the 2-4, looking from the outside in.
Yeah, we'll get more into that later. Let's jump, Travis. Let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of recap of last week and what we saw. I'm going to start with a couple boom players and a boom team. So
yeah,
going
give them to me.
into Monday, I knew who my boom player was going to be for this week. I knew it had to be none other than JSN. That guy has been consistent throughout the year. I've been real high on him. Kiki knows because I've talked to him multiple times about trade deals. I wasn't giving him up for nobody. I'm high on this
You've
guy.
been
Let's see it.
stingy on him, man. So
Bro, I think
here's
he's wide
here's
receiver one.
Dude, he might be. He might be, especially with Puka and Ibuka going out.
See him get deep.
Boom.
Look at
Oh,
that!
boom.
Look at that separation at the end. I mean, that's an elite wide receiver right there.
Bro, he is. He's elite. He's a big play guy. He's a
Look,
volume
Watch man.
monster.
step by step, and then he just has those
Boom.
extra boosters. That's a dog. That's someone who
Dude,
can go
yeah.
after the ball.
Certified dog.
JSN.
Now,
Let me find
I
him. There it is.
said I
Jackson
said
Smith and
that was my
Jigba.
guy going into Monday, but Monday changed some things, so I gotta throw some honorable mentions out to the Atlanta boys, right?
Oh, I mean,
Having
Atlanta
look at those.
surprised us all.
Real quick, JSN, we're looking at back-to-back 30 bangers. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yes, Atlanta was a show if you had Bijan or Drake London. Assuming that you started those two guys. Let's see a breakaway play from Bijan here. Bijan.
Speed.
Right there. Breaking that tackle,
Yards after
staying
contact.
inbounds and finishing out that play is incredible.
He got almost a little loose with that ball at the end zone, but he held on to
He
it.
ain't no rookie.
Those uniforms are dope as well. I
Yeah,
like
the all black.
the red helmet Falcons uniforms. Look at Bijan, man. So
38.
if you dude, 38's crazy, but
Back
if
to
you were
back 30
going into the
bangers.
draft and you had it was you, Kiki, actually, to rewind to the draft. You took Jamar Chase over Bijan Robinson, and you're fighting for your life right now, man. Imagine if you had Bijan, rock steady RB1, locked and loaded, giving you 20 every week.
Hey, ifs and
You,
buts, man.
it's always a shoulda, coulda, but didn't situation when you're 2-4 and you're scrapping every week. Every round could have went somewhere different, but you got to have faith in your team. I've made a lot of trades more this year than I have in the past, and at some point, I'm gonna have to just buckle down and let my guys either take me to the show or just take me to the Oscars. But it's just in believing in your team and believing in your skill set.
I mean, I want to just look at a quick draft recap. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've went back and looked at this to just see like who I could have taken like on bad picks. And it's always fun to have the hindsight of what fantasy football is going to do.
It's
But
fun when
this
you're
was
6-0. The fuck?
dude, my first bad pick was the
It's fun
ninth
when you took
round,
it
baby.
when you drafted well and your guys played out. It's not fun when they didn't.
Travis, how many guys do you still have from your original draft?
Let's count them. Let's count them. One,
He's got a
two,
lot.
three, four, five, five from the original draft. I mean, I had a hell of a draft. McCaffrey, Jacobs, Allen, Evans, Pickens, McMillan, Ibuka. Johnson was a bad pick. That was my first bad pick. And then Warren made up for it. Mason's been good. These are all kind of shit, but these are all going to be shit everywhere else.
Late rounds in a 12-man league.
Exactly. Man, I do want to talk about just real quick. Ben, you have I think the next best team behind me, and you lost your first round pick. You had a really good draft as well, and you've weathered the storm and you've made good moves too. I mean, hit, miss, hit. Like lots of good draft decisions from you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, neighbors going down early that really hurt. That was my number one. He
Yeah.
went out and put up like 30 points the first week, and I was ready to build a team around it. But you know what? We move on. We persevere. So that's what we're gonna do. Travis, you want to top us off with any final boom players? I know you got your
Um,
guy.
Yeah, I do. I mean, we want to talk about the boom team, right? Like, who really popped off for the week. And it's none other than, Mr.
Yeah,
Channing being able to take control of his team. Oh, this is week 7. Give
yeah.
me
Back it up to the week 6 recap. Channing did come out
where's
and get a
my boy
win.
at?
Right there at the bottom. He did come out and
Yeah,
get a
151.
win with the highest score of the week,
Wow.
Rico
courtesy of
Dowdle.
Rico and D Swift.
Gotta give him a highlight play here because I watched this live and I was jumping up and down. Kiki, you probably had the opposite feeling of this. Boom.
Ooh, not the receiving touchdown. Wow. See, he that right
Hey,
there, that
that
clip right
man
there at the
said
end.
that man said to buckle up, and Jerry Jones mocked him, and he came in, dropped 33 points on y'all's nugget, and fucking took the dub.
Dig our grave. Dig our grave. That's what he was doing right there.
Man, that play reminds me of the guy that I want to talk about for my bust player of the week. That looks like a play that this guy would be doing. And Gibbs first bad game of the year, really truly. 7.5. It's not going to completely kill you, but when you're penciling in 20, 15 every single week with Jahmyr Gibbs from first round draft pick, it hurts. So this is definitely going to be our bust player of the week. And then, to go along with Bus, I want to talk about no score starters here. This is going to
This
be the
guy.
bus team of the week.
Is that
This
Guy.
Russell's team?
guy,
That's
this is
Russell.
Russell's team. This is our, and this
The
Russell Hate
weekly
segment
segment.
is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. If you're not playing Underdog, get on Underdog. Underdog, not a sponsor, can be. Um, No score starters here. This guy, dude, every single week I'm talking shit to him. Like, how do you put Drake London on the bench and also Daniel Jones, who's been balling out weekly for Justin Fields, the running back?
That's wild.
Um, yeah, it's wild management from Russell every single week, and he's, eighth place. I think we're talking about I want to just look at the draft recap. He hasn't made any trades, but I mean, Russell by team on paper is just good. Chase Brown sucks, but that's not his fault. Hit, 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 and then hit right here. Like, and he's 2-4.
Terrible
Um,
manager. No heart.
Terrible manager. No heart, no heart.
Wow.
But he's gonna be $40 poorer after this season because he ain't got a chance. Um, All right, Ben. What's next on our docket, buddy?
What is $40 poor? You lost me on there. Oh, you and
He's
him got
got
a
a
side bet?
Was there a
yeah.
side
Well, no,
bet that nobody got in on?
we got a $50 bet. Ben actually got in on it. Draft time. Final finish. $50 head to head for me and Russell, and then $50 head to head for me and Ben. So Russell's definitely paying me $50. Not to mention our golf bet, where the loser out of me, Kiki, Ben, and Barry, lowest scoring team, has to wear a woman's golf outfit for the entire 18 round. And Kiki, you look like you're going to be a pretty girl out there here soon, huh?
I know as much as you want me to shank one off the tee box so I can, I guess, lift my skirt up. And you see my man parts down there. I think I'm probably sneaking away with it.
You think you're
With just
going to
the
edge out Barry?
with just the with, I'm not going down easy. I'm scrapping. I'm pulling out bunnies out of hats, and
You made a
I'm getting
trade
it.
today that says that you don't want to wear a dress, and I can respect it.
Yeah. Me and Ben, we decided we came to an agreement, which was nice. It's gonna benefit both of us. For the
I think
ones
so.
that
I
are
thought it was
throwing
a
at
very
people
mutual
out
trade.
there.
Ben, actually,
Definitely
let's
very
uh let's
mutual.
hop into the waivers and trades. Speaking now that we're getting on this topic, what do you want to hit first? You want to hit some recent trades? You want to touch on the waivers?
Well, let's talk about waivers because waivers come after injuries, and injuries also motivate trades, right? So, in a perfect world, you really don't have to move your players around. But whenever you have injuries, like we saw this past week, sometimes you're forced to make some moves. Key players, obviously, Puka Nakua, number one wide receiver, look like what I think they're going to call a high ankle sprain, probably going to miss quite a few weeks, maybe 4 weeks, maybe more. We really don't know. I haven't seen anything recently. Two
Two.
weeks is 2 weeks is optimistic, but possible. It really just depends. I haven't seen anything. What they got a Monday night game, right? So they're not really practicing just yet.
they're heading to London, so they're flying over the pond. I
Oh, is
doubt he
that what it
plays this
is?
week. Yeah, and then they
Oh,
got
okay.
bye next week. So I got a
Okay.
feeling after
Probably gonna
that
say
bye he'll be back.
anyway, huge loss regardless.
Yep.
Travis, luckily you trade no, you got Puka still. You got
Yeah.
Rasheed Rice though coming out of suspension. It's gonna fill
She
that spot
Weiss
nicely.
coming back in. Also CD Lamb. CD Lamb is
CD
also
Lamb coming back
yep,
potentially.
yep.
He's on the fence still. But some other injuries that push some trades and some waiver claims with some Mecca.
What else you
Mecca
got? Oh
going down
yeah.
with a huge that's a big loss. Someone who just rookie of the year candidate for
Oh
sure,
yeah.
and then comes out with a little hamstring injury. Haven't seen how long that's gonna last. Garrett Wilson taking a knee injury, and I think Njoku had a knee injury as well. Is that right, Kiki? Do you
That
know
would
about
kind of
Njoku's
talk
injury?
about his bid, would it not?
Who?
Kiki's bid. Kiki
Kiki's
bid
bid
heavy
for Harold Fannin
on
Jr.
yeah, look at this. Hunter
Correct.
Fab. Kiki's trying to get a tight end one.
You know,
Yeah.
at least a decent one.
So the other player that I was shocked that was still on the waivers, I looked at Vidal before the week started, but I didn't have anybody I was confident to drop, and he came out and ended up
Same.
being the starter for the Chargers. That was, not what people were expecting with Hassan Haskins being still relevant, but apparently not. That was obviously a big waiver claim. I was lucky to get him and then go ahead and package him up and send him over to Kiki so he can use him for the next few weeks at least and get some big scores out of him and some must win time for Kiki.
How much Fab do you have left, Ben?
About $70.
Okay. It's good to
Yep.
hear.
Yep. Running
Good to
low.
hear.
We've been
Running low.
spending it, but it's been, you know
You
what? It's been
have.
working.
I will
That's
say
what it's
though,
there
like
for.
I'm pretty sure did I put a trade or a offer in for
You
committee or no, I didn't actually. I just took Sterling Shepard
I
for
don't know if me trading Ben counts as me getting Vital at a discount rate.
I think you did. You got to keep your 149
Yeah,
that you bid
yeah.
on him. So you
yeah.
still have a higher. Yeah, that was obviously. I mean,
Well, they're saying that Hampton might be like miss more than 4 weeks, and if you can get an RB2 for let's call it an additional 5 weeks from this week 7 to whenever, that's a big time move. Like RB2 you need right now to not wear a dress.
I saw
The
talks.
RB slot was kind of weak, and hopefully, praying, got everything crossed. He stays healthy, and
Yeah,
Yeah,
goes
stays
for week
healthy.
and
I
just stays healthy.
sorry. I saw that Hampton was potentially looking at a week 13 return, 12 or 13. I think 12's a buy, and that's a huge miss. Now, of
that's
course, the
crazy.
trade deadline coming up. There's been talks of running backs being traded, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know where the Chargers are at and whether they're looking at going and getting somebody very shouted out instead of Brees Hall. I don't know if that was a call
Why
out, a
would you
speculation,
have Brees
or a
Hall
hope.
and Hampton? Like it just doesn't make sense. Like
Yeah, I don't
it's
think that that's going to
no.
be the case. You don't know. I told Kiki once the trade went through. I hope that Vidal goes off and gives him substantial points for the
Juice.
foreseeable future. I
Some
really do.
juice. Yeah.
Hope for the best. It
Uh,
was a trade that we could be beneficial for both of us, and you don't get
for
those
sure.
often.
For sure. For those who don't know the trade, it was a Buka, and who did you get, Ben?
It was a
Pacheco.
Mecca and Pacheco.
Yeah.
So a little running back kicker just in case. You never know. He could turn things around. Or if you just need somebody to start. And then I gave him Vidal, which I got off the waivers, and Cortland Sutton, who
Orland Sutton.
to me
It's a
was a
good
tough
trade.
sell, man. I really didn't want to get rid of Sutton. I think he's got so much potential, and he's the clear wide receiver one in Denver. But
I needed a bye week from him, and I felt like it was time for him to come back.
Yeah, come back
yeah,
home. Kind of some
If we refer back to the last week trade with me and Ben, I ended up shipping him to Ben, and he ends up son. I guess he must have found the same bar that Aaron Rodgers went to, but just couldn't handle the Guinness and didn't do too well. But there's high
no
sides coming from him.
Sauce.
Sauce Gardner locked him down,
Sauce
but
Gardner. Yeah.
that guy's
He's
gonna be
never
back.
statistically he's never played well against Sauce Gardner. Like I think he's had like 5 games and he just gets shut down by Sauce every time. That's why I was like he's not a good play this week.
And
But
Kiki also in that deal prior to acquired Olave from me and got a 15-pointer out of him. And I think that both of those guys are somebody who raises the floor of your players to give you consistent points, which is what you're going to need to get a win. So I think that overall, you've got guys that are for sure getting targets, right? And then any week that they capitalize on them and stars align, Kiki's going to have potential to really step up and get the wins that he needs right now.
well, volume's key, right? Like I mean, that's how you take the guessing out of fantasy is volume. If you know
Yeah,
your guy
well,
like Olave is going to get 12 targets a game, like you know he's probably going to have a decent week,
yeah, and
Right.
we're full point PPR league,
Full
so that
which
PPR. Yeah.
is big, big, big.
yeah,
I'm in a half
volume is
point, man,
opportunity.
and it's terrible. Full point PPR is the way. Like I don't care. Like half point is just all. It's gross. Like it receivers. Like I saw somebody trade Justin Jefferson for Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's not very good right now, but running backs matter that much in half point PPRs that they gave up Justin Jefferson for Derrick Henry. It kind of blew my mind. Um, but Ben, anybody else you want to highlight on this waiver report?
No, I really don't. The rest of them are just
It's just
standing
kind
moves.
of
People looking for
yep.
kickers, people looking for defenses, people looking for, who can they get because we're all going through it right now. Because here's the thing is we're 6 weeks in, we have an 11-week regular season, and we are at the turning point where we've got a lot of teams that are 3-3, 2-4, four and
We
two.
get to yep.
Those are all potential candidates for the playoffs. Now, if you're 2-4, like you are Kiki, you got to win. You got to get a couple win, get back above 50%. If you are 3-3, you're still fighting week in and week out. So it's kind of anybody's game right now in the sense that both of our 0-win teams got to win this past week. They're not
Yep.
eliminated mathematically. Barry was really looking to get one after he
His
came on, and he
percentage
didn't he
went
didn't
up
get, but
and he
his
got a
percentage went
loss.
up because he's got some points. But he did get a loss. I bet he right now would be has more of a shot than Scoop Squad and Mean Machine there, Trey and Channing. But it's kind of that
Oh
turning
man.
point, you know.
It is. It is. That's going to lead me to our next segment of kind of our playoff primer. And there's three teams that I want to highlight here with like I said, with Kiki being one. Kiki, who you playing this week, man? And you I know like this is a big week for you to go ahead and get in the W column. And
Oh, Scoop
oh, you
Squad,
got
Kiki versus
good
Trey.
matchup. Good matchup. Kiki, tell me what you think about this matchup this week against Trey. Here's a little preview for you but we'll slot Sutton in probably, I don't know, in the flex maybe.
If you look at it head to head, I think you say it favors in my on my team. Um, Scoop Squad though, I've seen him put up triple digits before. So I know if his team
Triple
shows up,
digits.
it's not going to be easy. Obviously, my team 2 weeks ago scored maybe 70. So I'm not taking it lightly. Obviously, I made moves to kind of just set that dominance.
Right.
Hey, if you're gonna take me out, we're fighting all the way through the last Monday
It's a
night game.
dogfight, right? So
Oh yeah.
it'll probably be Dak Prescott, Vidal, Mason, Sutton, Olave, Fannin, and then I don't know who you thinking you're going to put in the flex spot. Will you probably put QJ down there?
Depending on how QJ's injury lingers, it'd be a toss up between either him or maybe Sutton.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Sutton's a must start on your team. You got to get that guy in
especially
your
after a
lineup.
bad week. I believe in
And they're
in
playing the
bounce
Giants.
backs. Yeah, I believe like they'll feed him the ball now because he had a bad game. These guys
Sutton will
care
get a
about their
20
stats,
plus
man.
point game. I'll call it right now. Sutton's getting
That's
20,
your that's your
20
that's your
plus
lock of
point
the week
in
on
week
on
7.
record.
Yeah, put it on.
All right, all
Wow.
right,
Yeah,
all right.
that's for
Oh,
you,
I
I'm
need
gonna.
Kiki. That's
it.
for you,
I
Kiki.
like it. I like it. The other boy I want to talk about on the playoff primer is Angel, your brother, and you're gonna get to talk for him here a little bit, Kiki. But what did I miss on the last spot in the playoffs right now at 3-3, but playing against Austin, who's been a wagon this year. Um, man, hey, he's been doing his thing. He got a little bit of depth. He's been playing Shakur and Golden often. And I like that he played Wandell last week, who had like a 21-point game. So he's been making a lot of noise, and I'd like to see him sneak another one out, and get to 4-3 and get Austin off my ass a little bit for this number one seed. And then last but not least here, we got Channing. Channing finally got on the board, like you said earlier, Ben. Um, but I'm really interested in Channing's team because it's really truly not that bad on paper, and it's definitely not 1-5 worthy. Rico Dowdle and Swift, there's a lot worse than that. And then two good wide receivers with a good quarterback, a good tight end, and then T. Higgins getting Joe Flacco. I think he had like 10 targets, 95 yards, and that's a big day in PPR. I'm actually quite curious what he did, because if Joe Flacco can revitalize that offense, it doesn't matter if they're winning games to me. 8 targets, 80 or yeah. Wait, hold on. Damian 11 points. I had more than that. 8 targets, 62 yards. Thought he did better than that, but hey, still better or still gets flex spot. But he needs a big win against Russell, who's also in that playoff mix right now. Um, so that's kind of your playoffs. Anybody, Ben, you want to highlight this week or anything like that? I mean, hey,
I
Austin
will touch
getting
I will
beat.
touch
You're
on
lurking.
Austin getting beat. Yeah, no, Austin really hasn't slipped up at all. He lost to you. You had a great game. You really showed your strength, and we'll see your depth come to light because you took the Puka loss. And
Yep.
that obviously hurts. But you're still able to get out a win, 6-0. You've got a pretty favorable schedule to finish the season too. So I think you're looking at the front runner right now. But I do agree that I'm creeping up on Thorpe. He's got a good team. I've got a good team. It's week to week. I think we're both locked in that 2 to 3 range, but obviously things can change in an instant with injuries. And then we've got other people that can have players that go off. So nothing is for sure. Nothing is certain right now. I feel good. I'm excited to see it, but nothing is for certain. We cannot count our chickens till they
I
hatch.
really was happy about getting the win against Austin solely because I do not want to see one of you, like either you or him, until it's down here in the championship game.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we play it just like this. That way you guys will start beating up on each other before I see you.
And we
Um,
still got we still got 5 weeks left. I'm focused on this next week. I'm focused on getting another win before I start looking at this playoff bracket. I know that you're almost guaranteed to make playoffs with your 6 wins right now, but I'm
I
I'm
mean,
still
I think
just as
you're
focused as I think
98% as
any of these
well.
other guys are on making every win. I want to go get a bye week.
All right, Bill
I want to
Belichick.
solidify myself out there. I'm just saying.
Job's not done.
we're,
Job's not
we're on to
done.
next
Job
week. We're on to
finished.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Job finished.
We're on to Dallas.
Job
All
not
right,
finished.
Bill. Um, all right, boys. We're gonna get to the latest edition of the Power Rankings, week 7. So I want to get y'all's reaction from this. So buckle in. Mac Jones last week, I thought he balled out. Saw a dead body and started slinging that thing. But here's last week's power rankings. So here's week 7's power rankings, and up here I got 2 pictures of Rico Dowdle. Um, you know, my fantasy goat.
Rico
Um,
down. Oh, okay. I see. I
just
see
just 2 pictures of
Mr.
Rico Dowdle.
McCaffrey there.
Uh,
I want to say something, Travis, because you've been so much about Rico Dowdle, and I understand the hype. I get it. He's proven himself twice now
he's not even
in
on
the
my team. I
absence of
love him.
he's in the absence of Chuba. Now we saw these same flashes of greatness when Christian McCaffrey would go down on the Panthers and Chuba Hubbard would step into that role and just show out for a few weeks. So this is
Dude,
not
that
entirely
but
new. I understand
Rico
and I
Dowdle,
love
it
it.
is new what he did. Rico Dowdle is the all-time total yards in back-to-back games in Carolina, and also he has more. Think about when prime Christian McCaffrey would play on Carolina, and he would just insane numbers. Rico's last 2 weeks have been better than that. That's just crazy, especially just picking that
Yeah.
up off the waiver wire. That's why like waiver wire ads are so important. That's why Kiki has a chance because Vidal went for like 23. What if he averages 15 for the next 6 weeks? He gets
Yeah.
an RB1, sneaks into the playoffs, makes some noise. That's
Oh,
that's why I think I love him so much. I have him in other leagues that he's went crazy for me, but I don't even have him in this league that we're talking about here.
You love the story.
And I love the story, man. I like Puka. Puka will always have a special like spot in my heart because I picked him up off the waiver wire one year
Yeah.
and he just went nuclear.
Yeah. A
Like
chain.
I
A chain did the same
A
thing.
Chain, Kyron Williams. Like I love these throwback. I'm gonna tell you how long I've been playing fantasy football. I remember when Antonio Brown was a 6th round rookie out of like Eastern Michigan, and I took him off the waiver wire in like the 6th week, and he just went bananas. And you just win leagues like that. Chuba's back this week, so we'll see how the splits go. I was hoping Chuba would be gone one more week, so we'd get another Linsanity moment from Rico Dowdle. But matchup of the week this week, I got Channing and Russell. I think that this is a pretty pivotal matchup. Two teams that need a win. I think Channing can really get a win against Russell, and it's vice versa. I don't really know who's going to come out on top of this, but I would like to see Channing be 0-5 and go 6-5 and sneak into the playoffs. That'd be fun.
That'd be
That'd be
crazy.
hilarious.
mm.
So that's your matchup of the week. But our movement here, your boys staying at the top. We're large in charge. We built the depth. I'm really wanting to hang on to this bad boy right here and add another notch to this trophy. But Ben, moving you up, brother. Hey, 5-1 lurking, number 3 in the seating, but number 2 in my heart.
All
Um,
right. I love it.
Austin, you lose. It was a close game, 130 to 115. So you just moving down one spot. Um, Marcos, Mr. Sixth place every single week, getting bumped up to 4. I felt like it was necessary. He's been consistent and he just weathers a storm. Also, I ain't gonna lie, his sleeper 6-0 league does kind of influence me a little bit because this guy knows ball. He's
Knows
been
ball.
sending me a lot of parlay hits too. So I believe in him as a manager. Jeff,
Wait, you're not
go
sharing
ahead,
the parlay hits? We're not sharing. We're not sharing parlays. We're
dude.
not sharing parlays.
Marcos be putting parlays every week,
Oh,
every
me
week,
too. Me too.
every
Marcos
week.
hit my line. Hit my line, brother. You like that
Hey,
touchdown parlay I hit last week? Give me that
who
anytime touchdown.
dude, it's crazy you do those. Those blow my mind, but you hit on it. Who was it? It was
Yeah.
Tucker Kraft, Josh
Oh, bro, it
Jacobs.
was a lot. It was actually a lot. It was Tedderone McMillan. I called his
You
first
have it on your
Damn,
home
touchdown.
screen
people.
still?
I'm sorry.
As you got it, you snapshot it and put it on your home screen.
No, no, I'm not. I'm pulling up the receipts right now. Let's see. Okay, it was Tedderone McMillan, Kyron Williams, Ashton Genty, Tucker Kraft, and Josh Jacobs in the same game. All of those
That's
hitting for
insane.
for a touchdown.
Wow.
Five
I
bucks to
remember
95 bucks.
I was rooting for you on the Tucker Craft. I was watching the pack and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna catch. He's in the flat. He's going. Oh, the
Oh,
rumble."
dude,
I was
I
hyped.
didn't know if he got down right before. Like if he
Yeah,
would have been
bro,
on
he
the
jumped from like the 4 yard
inches.
line and
Yes, dude,
just sent it
I would have been so devastated if he would have come up inches short, but
down
he
and
didn't.
one. Then Josh Jacobs gets another tutty. Another tutty,
Wow.
my boy. But we got Hunter here at hit 6. Hunter took an L this week, so he's moving down. My boy Angel getting a dub, being feisty at 3-3, moving up to 7. And big jumper of the week, Channing getting a dub. I like the way Channing's team's looking. He has Christian McCaffrey, I mean Rico Dowdle on his team.
Ah.
I like that he's got some potential there. Mr. Bad Manager Russell moving down. I'd like to put him at 12 at some point this year. I ain't gonna lie to you, motherfucker. I like to
It
put
should have
him.
probably been this week.
I want to. I want to so bad, Kiki. I want to so bad. If Channing beats him, I'm putting him at 12. Tico, you got a L. These were made before the Mbuka trade. So I was thinking he lost Mbuka, got a L. We're moving him down. You trade for Sutton. Realistically, I think you might be at 9. I think I put you ahead of Russell, but these were made before the trade happened later. Um, Mr. Rockwood, 1-5. This is one of the worst performances I've seen from Barry. Barry's usually very reliable, but he's just ass this year. Just ass. He just sucks. And then Trey getting bumped down. He does get a win. I mean, it's kind of ironic. Gets his first win of the year, moves down a slot. But these are my power rankings. There's many like it, but this one is mine.
I gotta say before we sign off that some say you'd rather be lucky than good, and I think Kiki entails a little bit of that because I don't think that he necessarily drafted bad, and I don't think that he necessarily made bad moves. But the guy traded Jamar Chase to get CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb gets hurt immediately. He spends a week out. He sends off CeeDee Lamb to get a Mecca Ibuka.
Gambuka,
Ibuka gets hurt. This guy is a wide receiver one's worst
unlucky.
nightmare fantasy manager. So
Dude,
I don't think Kiki's rating shows his ball knowledge. I just think it shows his luck
I
this
agree.
year, unfortunately.
It happens like that sometimes. Like sometimes in fantasy, like our sleeper league, like I've made bad trades at bad times. Like as soon as I trade for a player, they get hurt, or something else happens, and then this player starts going off that I traded away. Sometimes that's just how you roll. But we'll see if he can be resilient, and I think if Kiki can make the playoffs and stay out of address, I think that's a successful season.
I would say so.
Kiki, anything you got to say before signing off about you got any future predictions where you see your team ending up at the end of the season, or just what you're going to do to get back on track?
I wouldn't be surprised if I sneak away in that sixth spot. I think I have enough to get me there. Someone to really look out for though, and see how he's going to continue to drop is Rummy. He's got a tough schedule ahead of him, and from starting off pretty hot, I think we're going to see the downfall of that. And that would be someone who I'm eyeing because with him continuing losing, obviously that's just in my favor. And Rummy, I love you, but it's just part of it.
I like it. I like it.
Well, Ben, I just want to say, you want to cook up a quick parlay real quick, before we sign off. Cook up a
You
quick
want to
parlay
right
for the
now?
boys, and let's all lock in on a
Oh,
parlay for this
we're going
week.
spreads. We got to go spreads. I like player props. You know this.
I know you like player props. They're much harder to hit. Let's do spreads.
I just hit like fucking seven of them, but
I
okay.
know you did. I know you did, dude.
And
They're they're hard to hit,
I was
dog.
one ETN touchdown away the week before.
They are hard to hit, though.
Trevor Lawrence fumbled. He freaking fell down trying to hand that ball off.
Hand the ball to him.
That would have been another
Uh,
payday.
I want one from both of you. Give me when you're looking at this list. Give me something that screams, Vegas lock or as close to a lock as you can. Ben, we'll start with you. What's a game you're eyeballing here?
Give me.
Spread's always tough, brother. You can take the over
It
under
is.
as
It
well,
is.
or
I
you can
gotta
take
go.
money
No,
line. You
I
can
gotta
pick
go in here.
you can pick the three. You can give me money line, over under, or spread. I'm gonna put our three picks on a parlay this week, and I'm gonna cash.
Damn, dude, you know how bad I want Bucks plus 5.5? I want that so bad. I know they're banged up, but I'm a believer in Baker, but
Dude, what if Mike Evans plays?
I don't even know that Baker needs anybody. I think Baker do it all by himself. But give me Rams -3.
Rams -3.
Yep.
Who they
Jags are
got?
fraudulent.
Jags.
Yep.
Okay, Rams -3. I like it. All
In
right, Kiki.
London,
Who in London? Who do you like on this? Give me one leg here, brother.
Wait a minute. That's the London game. Jags and
That
Rams
is
are
in
London
London.
game. Jags play
Yeah,
well in London.
they do. They basically London's home team.
Jags
yep.
play well in London.
I'll let you give some time to think of that. Kiki, talk to me. What you got here?
Uh, I'm going with my boys out there in New York, and not the blue team, the green one.
Oh,
You going Jets over
First,
Carolina?
oh,
I'm going. I'm take the Jets money line. Take the Jets
Jets
spread.
money line.
Take the Jets spread. Shout out my guy Aaron Glenn. I think Carolina isn't who Carolina seems to be, even though They got one off Dallas last week, but going into New York and going against the Jets, I like my chances over there.
All right. Well, that's a little bit insight to the pick'em. I hope you pick the Jets and then pick'em as well.
We go Jets. You win Jets money line or you win Jets spread? Which one, Kiki?
You could do either.
I'm locking in one,
Oh,
so spread it is.
I want the odds.
Oh no, you want the money line then? If they're winning
Money
outright,
line,
you
Yeah,
want
that's what I'm
money
money
line.
saying.
line, money line's plus 108.
All right,
Trying to
Jets
put
money line. Travis,
the rent on it.
Travis, who you got?
Oh, brother. So he'll never watch this, but I got a doctor I work with who does a gambling page on Twitter, and he asks me for my picks every single week, and I hit like at a 50% spread against or a 50% clip against the spread, but this doctor I work with is a genius. And he told me this week that he likes, where are they at? The Saints plus 4.5 on the Bears. I think he got 5.5 earlier, so it looks to me like the line has shifted full point. But we'll still take the Saints, and we will go plus 4.5. You know what? I want plus 5.5. If you can find 5.5, take 5.5. Saints plus 5.5. Lock it in. They play well at home, and they also play the Bears, and I think Caleb Williams is fraudulent. Ben, you going to keep -3 with the Rams? You changing
I
your
am.
mind, Ben's?
Nope.
Who we thinking here?
I'm taking Rams -3.
Rams -3. Okay. Well,
Rams
that's going to be
-3.
There you have it.
our slip. Our slip. Rams -3, Jets money line, and Saints plus 5.5. Boys,
Gonna be Rams -2.5. Actually, I'm locking it in right now. We're at plus 525.
2.5. You on Fliff right now?
Plus 526 is our.
Plus 526. I'm gonna go put a little bet on that for the week. But boys, good luck to you this week. Good week on the podcast. We'll see you next week.
Deuces.
Out.
Later.